So let's just talk about circular doubly linked list. So the circular doubly linked list has properties of both the doubly linked list and also it has the property of circular linked list. So it has properties of both of these linked lists. Now here each node contains three parts. Here we have the data and we have the next pointer and also we have the previous pointer. Now this next pointer will point to the next node in the list. So the previous pointer will point to the previous node in the list. Now suppose we wanted to create this circular doubly linked list with three nodes. So for that, first of all, we have to create three nodes and then we have to connect them. Suppose the first node contains the data 100, then second node contains 200 and the third node has the data 300. Now we have to set links between them. So first of all, the head pointer will point to this first node. Now the next pointer of first node will point to the second node and also it has the previous pointer. So the previous pointer will point back to the last node. That means the node 300. Similarly, the second node will point to this next node 300 and its previous pointer will point to this node 100. And the last node's next pointer will point to this first node which is node 100 and also its previous pointer will point to this node 200. And this way we can create this circular doubly linked list with three nodes and each node has two pointers, one to the next node and another one to the previous node. So here it has properties of both the doubly linked list and also the circular linked list. Now to define a single node we can use the structure. So we have to use the struct node. So here we can define the data, node type pointer prev which will point to the previous node and also we're gonna have pointer next which will point to the next node. So here let's just define one single node. So we're gonna use the structure, so struct node. So inside the node we're gonna have the data, pointer next and also we're gonna have the struct node type pointer prev. So this is the definition for a single node. So let's just create one single node. So the function will return one struct node type pointer. So we're gonna call the function CreateNode. Now the function will take one integer data. Now inside the function, first of all we have to allocate the memory. So we're gonna create one new node. So struct node type pointer new node. Now here inside we have to allocate the memory. So we're gonna use the malloc. Now we're gonna allocate the memory for a single node. So we're gonna pass the size of a struct node. So that means the malloc will allocate memory for a single node. Because it will point a void pointer, so we have to typecast it to the struct node type pointer. So that means we have successfully allocated memory for a new node. Now we have to store the data inside this new node. So this new node's data will be containing the data that we receive in the parameter. And also we're gonna set the new node's next pointer. So the next pointer will be null. The previous pointer will also be null. So that means we have created a single node with the data. The next pointer is pointing to null and also the previous pointer is also pointing to null. So let's now see how we can create this circular doubly linked list with three nodes. So inside the main method we're gonna call this CreateNode function. So first of all let's just create the head node and here we're gonna call the CreateNode function. Now we have to pass the data, so the head node will contain the data 100. So that means we have created this node 100. So let's now create these two nodes. So we're gonna create the second node with the data 200 and the third node with the data 300. Now we have to set the links between them. So we have to set the next link and the previous link for each node. So here we're gonna set the links. So the head node's next pointer will point to the second node and the head node's previous pointer will point back to this third node. So it will point to this third node. Similarly the second node will point to the third node and the first node. So the second node's next pointer will point to the third node. Previous pointer will point to the first node which is the head node. Similarly also we have to set the links for the third node. So the third node will point to the first node and also to this second node. So the third node's next pointer will point to the head node and third node's previous pointer will point to the second node. Created 3 nodes and also we have set links between them. So that means our circular doubly linked list is ready. So let's now see how we can print these nodes. So here let's now define a function to print the nodes of a circular doubly linked list. So we're gonna call the function PrintList. So the function will take struct node type pointer head. Now inside the function, first of all we're gonna check if the list is empty or not. If the head is pointing to null, that means the list is empty. So in that case we can just simply print list is empty and we can return because there is nothing to print. Otherwise, if we have multiple nodes in the list, so in that case we're gonna use one temporary pointer which will initially point to the head, and then we can use one loop to traverse the whole list, and in this process we can just print all the nodes. So let's just create the temporary pointer which will initially point to the head. Now here we're gonna traverse to the last node. So we're gonna use the do while loop. So inside the do block, first of all we're gonna print the data of a single node, the temp data, and then we're gonna shift the temporary pointer to the next node. Now here inside the while block we have to define a condition. So this process will continue as long as the temporary pointer is not equal head. So that means we're gonna continue to print the data, and also we continue to shift to the next node until the temporary pointer traverses all the nodes and comes back to the head. So when it comes back to the head, that means we have printed data of all the nodes in the list. So here we can check that. So here let's just call the function PrintList and we're gonna pass the head pointer. You can see we have the nodes 100, 200 and 300 in the circular doubly linked list, and here we can print head node. So that means the last nodes is again pointing back to the head node. Successfully created this circular doubly linked list, and also we have seen how we can traverse and print all the nodes. So hope you understand about the circular doubly linked list. See you in the next one. Take care.